if you work a warehouse job or a job that you don't really like or care for, or the job just doesn't interest you, but it pays the bills and you feel stuck, it's okay to leave. As long as you have something in place, it's okay to leave, right? Don't make the same mistake that I did and stay at a place year after year after year, eventually totaling 5 years. And to some, that's not a lot, but I could have done so much more with those 5 years than stay at that one job, right? When I left that job, I added about 20, 30K in income just by upgrading to a better job, right? This job, again, I'm grateful for having that warehouse job because it was one of the few jobs that would give you a good raise every year, right? At that place, it was $1 every 6 months, but he would cap you at around 21, 22, right? And that was the flooring delivery job that I was doing. So that job was super, super taxing on the body, very, very tiring. But the thing was, like, it paid the bills. Like, it was something in the meantime, right? But the thing about that is I got so comfortable with that job that 5 years just flew by just like that. And in the middle of that, I was doing things like Forex, or I tried it one last time doing an MLM. For those of you who don't know what that is, multi-level marketing or network marketing. Yeah, that annoying thing. But that was never me. I always wanted to grow something. So like this one was all online, right? You weren't bothering your family members, your friends and family saying, oh, hey, I have this great opportunity, right? All the network marketers always say, oh, I got a great opportunity. And it's just, you're recruiting them so that they pay a monthly fee. The service on some of them are good. Some of them do have good products, good services. There's a lot of good health products. One of the last ones I did had a really good product. So, but there are also a lot of other ones that are just absolute trash, right? But I digress on the whole network marketing thing. That's a topic for another story. I actually have a video about that on my channel. But yeah, guys, don't stay somewhere that you don't really see yourself progressing, right? And it can get so easy to get trapped and to get stuck somewhere, and just not make progress, right? You feel like you're making progress because, yeah, you're making money, but the thing is, you're not growing as a person. Like, are you trying to upgrade yourself? Are you trying to move up? What are you learning? What's a new skill that you're learning, right? Because if you're in the same spot that you were the year before, you're not making any progress. See what I mean? For me, that was the case. Yeah, I had these things on the side that I was trying to work on and stuff, but I was barely making moves, right? And then I did, Instacart, Lyft on the side here and there, but again, without like an actual plan, like I wasn't able to make anything happen. I was literally progressively, yes, making a little bit more money because the raises, right? I would get $1 raise every 6 months, but that stopped and that capped me at 22, 23 an hour. I honestly forget what it was, but it was around there, the low 20s. And with the rate of inflation, like that ultimately didn't really matter. And then as soon as I left that job, I got another manager job, managing a warehouse again, but this was a smaller place and it paid way more money. And I thought to myself, I'm like, if opportunities like this were out there, right? Why didn't I go after it? Why didn't I seize that moment? Not to be cliche, but why didn't I take advantage of that moment? And honestly, it's because I feel like I doubted myself, and I feel like a lot of you guys can relate. You kind of doubt the skills and abilities that you might have as a person. I'm 33 right now, right? I have a lot of experience in fitness, even though like I'm whatever, but I used to run a fitness business. I'm very good with networking, right? Because I used to do the network marketing thing. I'm very good at motivating. I at least motivated myself. And I'm just very good at managing things. There's a bunch of weaknesses that everybody has, but you have a lot of strengths. And I feel like a lot of people don't take advantage of that. And what I found was when I took advantage of the strengths that I actually had, I was able to make moves, right? Once I stopped being scared of the stuff that I don't know, that's when I saw growth. Because I I was so scared of finding something different and not being able to capitalize. I don't know, it's in my face. Don't mind me, guys. It's like freaking 10 degrees out here. But let me go in the car real quick. I like the lighting out here. That's why I'm out here. But yeah, I where was I? I lost my train of thought. Let me hold on a second, guys. Let me put you guys on here real quick. Okay, that should be good. Hopefully the lighting is, I mean, I could turn one of these lights on. But yeah, so once I realized like the skills that I actually had as a person, I was able to progress, right? I was so afraid of finding something new because, you know, the benefits were okay, the pay was decent, you know. Another thing that I felt trapped with is the bonuses. I didn't want to miss out on bonuses. And that's something you can't worry about, right? Currently I'm talking about, sorry guys. So currently I'm talking about my warehouse job, right? But just recently I just left another job that I was at for 3 years, and I had a bonus coming in. It's the end of January, so sometime in March. They don't know what day it was or what day they pay out, even though the person's, you know, they've all been there for years, but somehow they're unsure on when exactly is the date. I've already done this before. I didn't want to wait for the bonuses, right? Some people on here might say, oh, you should have just stuck it out for the bonus. But it's like, it's gonna sound cliche again, is my happiness worth a freaking small bonus that I don't even know how much it's gonna be, right? It's easy for me to kind of step away from something like that because I've already done this before, right? At the Seacoast, it was by the North Shore, right? At the flooring place, I had a bonus coming in, and I said no to it. I left earlier, knowing that I was gonna get a bonus. And you know, the bonuses were good. You know, it was good money, but the thing was, it wasn't worth me being unhappy heading to a job that I don't care for. Like, yeah, it pays the bills, but there's other jobs out there that can help you progress, help you grow. That job was kind of neutral. You know, I didn't really have a set goal. Like, I had the fitness thing that I wanted to do, but that was a huge passion of mine at the time. But I was starting to get to a place where, you know, I wanted to do something else. Hold on. So me leaving that flooring place, you know, I was fine with leaving the bonus on the table. Like it didn't matter after a point, right? And that's the same way I feel about this other place that I'm starting my 2 weeks today, actually, because I gave it on Friday. Gave a pretty good notice, so it was a little over 2 weeks, right? It was like a 17, 18 day notice, right? Which is a little more than 2 weeks, but I have a bonus coming in 2 months. They told me, hey, like if you're leaving the company, like they won't give you the bonus. I'm like, I'm totally fine with that. You know, every day I just what accent was that? Oh my God. Every day I just, you know, I'd wake up and be like, damn, like I'm really going to this job again. Like, here we go. And then on the ride there, it would take 12 minutes to get there. But when there's traffic, that 12 minutes would turn into 40 minutes. And maybe I'm being a baby about it, right? But the thing is, I wasn't happy going to that job. That job was, you know, those people there, some of the coolest people, coolest coworkers. I never had issues with there was one guy that I didn't know I had issues. They had issues with me, because I guess I would have a pattern of helping people, right? And one of the days I got super busy, and I only know this after the fact. I didn't know this during the time that I was there. And this new guy, he was like there for like a month, 2 months. He got upset with me because I wasn't able to help him. And the dude was used to me helping him with that particular task since he's been working there. And there are times where he does that task himself, but he was so used to me helping him with that task, he thought it was my job to do it. And then I wish I got a chance to like tell him like, hey, like I did this because even though I have stuff going on, I've been here long enough that I know the process of it. I can get it done pretty quick. But let me help you with your stuff because you're still kind of learning how everything is. So I guess he got mad, and I found that after they fired him. Because, you know, he had a tendency of like slamming things, getting upset, and that got brought up to management. Damn, it's 10 degrees. No wonder it's cold. But yeah, that got brought up to management. And then he, you know, the last couple of weeks that he was there, he just had a bad attitude. Me personally, I don't want to be there either. Like, it's a job, like, you know what I mean? And this is one of the dudes, this is the type of dude that, he would constantly say, I'm gonna be a millionaire one day. I'm gonna make so much money. Like, none of this is gonna matter. It's like, all right, like, there's nothing wrong with believing that, but you have to have a plan. Like, your worth ethic is not showing that you're gonna be that type of person. Like, you're kind of just with everything, slamming things around, getting mad at the smallest little things that's like out of your control. Well, some of it's in his control, but he would just get annoyed with whatever. It's like, dude, you applied for that job. That job is what it is. You know, you signed up for it. There's no reason why you would be mad. You've only here for 2 months, right? And again, I wish I was able to tell him this stuff. I did tell him, like, hey, if there's anything that's bothering you or whatever, like, let me know. That was the only time I ever brought anything up to him. Because I'm not, you know, confrontational, but if I see something's wrong, like, I'll be like, hey, like, if there's anything I can do to like help or whatever, like, let me know. But if you stay quiet, you stay quiet. I would too, because I'm like that. If I need help, I'm literally just gonna find a way to do it myself. So that's how I am, right? So I just kind of like put myself in his shoes and be like, yeah, I probably wouldn't want help either. So it's whatever. But yeah, there's jobs are just jobs, right? Unless it's your career, unless it's something that you went out to go and get and went out to do, and something that you're passionate about, like, these jobs aren't forever jobs. Don't make that same, like I said, don't make that mistake that I made and stay at a job longer than you have to. Don't overstay your welcome, right? I guess that's the phrase that would work for that situation. Don't overstay your welcome. I overstayed my welcome at the first job. The second job, I wasn't really planning on staying too long, but I eventually did. And it was whatever, but like, I think the last job that I'm leaving now, I started there as a temp. So technically I was only there for a year and a half, or for 2 years, but it's 3 years because I was there as a temp. Nothing really changed. Then I did the onboarding and became like a normal employee, but I still just did the same exact job. The only difference was that I was an official employee of the job and not a temp person at the job. The way the temp thing works, if they like you at that job and you're doing what you need to do, and you pass the evaluations, the 90-day, 180-day evaluations, then you can sign on to become a permanent employee, or like a regular full-time employee. So if you guys are ever trying to find a job, a temp agency can be helpful. If you're struggling to find something, temp agency can help you with sending you offers. They'll reach out to you with pay, like, hey, this kind of aligns with your resume, blah, blah, blah. But the thing I found out was the temp agencies make money because what I saw was a $2 increase from what I got paid while I was technically under the agency. And then when I became full-time, I was still doing the same exact job, but I was getting paid $2 more. So me, in my head, I was thinking, these agencies must make like $2 to $5
per employee that they put and they fill these jobs with. And maybe I'm behind. This is my first ever temp job, or agency job that I've ever taken, right? I've never done a temp to perm. It was a temp to perm position. And I've never done that before, but in my head, I'm like, how are these agencies really making money? Like they definitely make money off of the hours that the person works. So if they're in that agency, let's say they have 10 people and they collect $2 per person. That's $20 that the agency makes an hour just for bringing them in, right? And then while they're making that money, they can still recruit other people for other job openings that come along, right? And that $10 can slowly, or that $20 slowly becomes 50, 100 an hour. Like, I started realizing how much money these temp agencies were making. The more people that they put in a spot, the more money that they make. Now, this video is going way out there, right? But it kind of all works together. These temp jobs are like a little bridge, right? You can stay there for a little bit, but you don't have to stay there forever. And to kind of bring it all around, a job is a job, right? If it pays the bills, if it pays the bills and it's there and it's stable, then you're in a good place. But don't get so comfortable that you let years go by and you're not improving as a person. You're not making money or making more money. You're not trying to build something for yourself. I don't know if you guys have ever heard the phrase or the quote of, if you're not building towards your dreams, you're going to be working to help build someone else's, right? So I'm at this job, and this was at a small company, right? The flooring place that I was at, it was a small company, and I was pretty much helping somebody achieve their dream by working there, right? I was part of that person's team, and I wanted that for myself. I want to build my own dream. I want to chase my own dreams. It's cool. In the meantime, let me make a stop here. Let me work here for a little bit, get stable, try to move up. But me staying there 5 years, I kind of paused my progress, if that makes sense. I kind of slowed my progress to reach my full potential, right? So that's a thing you don't want to let that happen. Don't stay somewhere where you're not happy. Don't stay somewhere that you're not growing. You need to, it's very easy to have that fogged in your mind. You might not realize that you're letting the time just pass by and you're still at the same place, right? Don't let that happen to you. Realize that there's a lot more opportunity out there. You can evolve as a person. There's some skills that you have that sets you apart from other people. Something about you that you have, you can use that to either make money, start a business, or you can bring that into the workforce or the job force, and you can grow there that way. Maybe you're good at talking to people. Maybe you're good at motivating or leading others. Maybe you're just good with your hands, right? Maybe you like to build things. Something that you're good at that you can capitalize and make money off of. And then while you're at these jobs, do something that's going to work on yourself, right? You work 8 hours. Let's say you work 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. You still have that second half of the day, whether you work in the morning or at nighttime. Now, if you work 11 to 7, that's kind of a crappy shift. I would try to avoid those shifts. Overnights tend to pay a lot more than either day or night shifts, but this is not good for you. I heard it's not good for you. But I've done overnights, by the way. So for those of you who are going to comment saying, oh, you don't know anything about overnights, I've done overnights. They're good money, just not worth it. So, but you have 168 hours in a week. If you work 8 hours a day for 5 days a week, that's only 40 hours in a full week, right? Let's say you sleep 8 hours a day for 7 days a week. That's even more time off, right? That is 56. Did I get that math right? 56. So that's another 56 hours 96 total between work and sleep. You still have that remaining couple hours. I'm trying to do the math in my head. About what, 69 hours, right? Am I right? If I'm wrong, let me know in the comments, right? But if you work for 40 hours a week, you sleep for 56 hours in a week. If you're sleeping 8 hours a day, you still have all that time to do something with, right? Divide that throughout the days, right? There's other things. Your commute, I'm not incorporating that. The time you take to eat, I'm not incorporating all that. Maybe you take an hour-long dump a day. I'm not incorporating that in there, right? But figure out what your hours are being allocated to. What are you doing with your hours every single day? Try to figure that out. Once you figure that out, you'll be able to maximize each and every hour in your day, in your week, your month, all the way up to the year. Years, decades, right? That's a little out there, but if you can try to figure out what you're allocating your time to, you'll be able to figure something out, right? You're going to go to work and you're going to make money, right? You're going to do whatever with your money. You're going to pay your bills, put some of it away, buy whatever you need to buy to sustain yourself, to eat. And then the rest of the money, just do something with it. The rest of that time, right? The 8 hours at work, the other 8 hours that you're sleeping, you still have so if it's 16 hours, you still have up to 24 hours to do what you need to do. That's 8 extra hours, right? What are you going to do in those 8 extra hours, right? You got to figure that out. Every single day is a new opportunity, but never say tomorrow. Don't say I'm going to do this tomorrow, because that's not going to help you out. But again, to bring it back, don't stay at a place that doesn't make you happy. Grow. You want to continuously grow. If you're not growing, you're just going backwards. You're regressing, right? You're not making progress. Make sure you're constantly in a growing state. Make sure you're trying to achieve something, right? Elevate, evolve, change. Don't be stagnant. And try to notice when you're starting to fall in that pattern. Don't be like me, staying 5 years at a job that you barely grew in, right? Work to progress. Insanity, right? The definition of insanity, to close this out, is doing the same thing over, and over again and expecting a different result. Don't be that person, right? If you notice something's not working, it's okay to be persistent. Try a different way. If that other way doesn't work, maybe try it again another time, another different way. If it's not working, got to do it a different way. Got to find something else. Maybe that's not for you, but there's something that you have that other people don't, and it's your job to find that. So with that note, I'll catch you guys on the next one.